The Xhosa language is one of the official languages of South Africa. Xhosa is spoken by approximately 7.6 million people, or about 18% of the South African population. Like most Bantu languages, Xhosa is a tonal language. That is, the same sequence of consonants and vowels can have different meanings when said with a rising or falling or high or low intonation. One of the most distinctive features of the language is the prominence of click consonants. The word Xhosa begins with a click. Xhosa is written using a Latin alphabet. 3 letters are used to indicate the basic clicks, C for dental clicks, X for lateral clicks, and Q for post-alveolar clicks. Tones are not indicated in the written form. Affiliation and distribution. Xhosa is the southernmost branch of the Nguni languages, which includes Swati, Northern Ndebele and Zulu. There is some mutual intelligibility with the other Nguni languages, all of which share many linguistic features. Nguni languages are in turn part of the much larger group of Bantu languages, and as such Xhosa is related to languages spoken across much of Africa. Xhosa is the most widely distributed African language in South Africa, while the most widely spoken is Zulu. Xhosa is the second most common home language in South Africa as a whole. As of 2003, the majority of Xhosa speakers, approximately 5.3 million, live in the Eastern Cape, followed by the Western Cape, Gauteng, the Free State, KwaZulu-Natal, Northwest, Mpumalanga, the Northern Cape, and Limpopo. A minority of Xhosa speakers exists in Gauteng District, Lesotho. Dialects. Xhosa has several dialects. Maho lists Mpondo, Xesib, Benwana, Gaika, Kalika, Thembu, Mpondomise, Ndlam, Lubai. Lubai is the dialect in the former Ciskei. There is more distinct Lubai language further north where Xhosa meets Sotho. Other varieties traditionally considered Xhosa, such as Peka, may be distinct languages. History. Xhosa-speaking people have inhabited coastal regions of southeastern Africa since before the 16th century. They refer to themselves as the Ama Xhosa, and their language as isiXhosa. The Bantu ancestor of Xhosa did not have clicks, which attests to a strong historical contact with some San language. An estimated 15% of Xhosa vocabulary is of San origin. In the modern period, Xhosa has also borrowed from both Afrikaans and English. Role in modern society. The role of African languages in South Africa is complex and ambiguous. Their use in education has been governed by legislation, beginning with the Bantu Education Act of 1953. At present, Xhosa is used as the main language of instruction in many primary schools and some secondary schools, but is largely replaced by English after the early primary grades, even in schools mainly serving Xhosa-speaking communities. The language is also studied as a subject. The language of instruction at universities in South Africa is English or Afrikaans, and Xhosa is taught as a subject, both for native and for non-native speakers. Literary works, including prose and poetry, are available in Xhosa, as in newspapers and magazines. The first Bible translation was in 1859, produced in part by Henry Herdegmore. The South African Broadcasting Corporation broadcasts in Xhosa on both radio and television, and films, plays and music are also produced in the language. The best-known performer of Xhosa songs outside South Africa is Miriam Makeba, whose click song No. 1 and click song No. 2 are known for their large number of click sounds. In 1996, the literacy rate for first-language Xhosa speakers was estimated at 50%. Linguistic features. Xhosa is an agglutinative language featuring an array of prefixes and suffixes that are attached to root words. As in other Bantu languages, Xhosa nouns are classified into 15 morphological classes, with different prefixes for singular and plural. Various parts of speech that qualify a noun must agree with the noun according to its gender. These agreements usually reflect part of the original class that it is agreeing with. Constituent word order is subjecta verba object. Verbs are modified by affixes that mark subject, object, tense, aspect, and mood. The various parts of the sentence must agree in class and number. Examples: ukulala to play, Akabana euro to see, Mtwana euro a child, Abantwana euro children, Mtwana ayodlala euro the child plays, Abantwana bayodlala euro the children play, Indada euro a man, Amadada euro men, Indada iambona Mtwana euro the man sees the child, Amadada iababona Abantwana euro the men see the children. Vowels. Xhosa has an inventory of 10 vowels, a, e, I, e and u, both long and short, written a, e, I, o and u. Tones. Xhosa is a tonal language with 2 inherent, phonemic tones, low and high. Tones are frequently not marked in the written language, but when they are accent, are equal or more than, occurrency, aa. Long vowels are phonemic but are usually not written, except for accent and occurrency, which are the results of gemination of 2 vowels with different tones each and have thereby become long vowels with contour tones. Consonants. Xhosa is rich in uncommon consonants. Besides pulmonic aggressive sounds, as in English, it has 18 clicks, plus ejectives and an implosive. 15 of the clicks also occur in Zulu, but are used less frequently than in Xhosa. The 6 dental clicks are made with the tongue on the back of the teeth, and are similar to the sound represented in English by tut-tut, or tsk to reprimand someone. The second 6 are lateral, made by the tongue at the sides of the mouth, and are similar to the sound used to call horses. The remaining 6 are alveolar, made with the tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth, and sound somewhat like a cork pulled from a bottle. The following table lists the consonant phonemes of the language, giving the pronunciation in IPA on the left, and the orthography on the right. 2 additional consonants, R, and recurrency, are found in borrowings. Both are spelled R. 2 additional consonants, E and A, are found in borrowings. Both are spelled ZH. 2 additional consonants, DZ and XI currency, are found in loans. Both are spelled DZ. An additional consonant, angstrom, is found in loans. It is spelled NGH. In addition to the adjective affricate, te florini 1/4, the spelling tsh may also be used for either of the aspirated affricates, tse degree and te florini degree. The breathy voiced glottal fricative, e is sometimes spelled h. The adjectives tend to only be adjective in careful pronunciation or in salient positions, and even then only for some speakers. Elsewhere they tend to be tenuis stops. Similarly, the tenui clicks are often glottalized, with a long voice onset time, though this is uncommon. The murmured clicks, plosives, and affricates are only partially voiced, with the following vowel murmured for some speakers. That is, da may be pronounced, to plus or minus I currency. They are better described as slack-voiced than as breathy-voiced. They are only truly voiced after nasals, though then the oral occlusion is very short and stops, and most often does not occur at all in clicks, so that the absolute duration of voicing is the same as in tenui stops. The more salient characteristic is their depressor effect on the tone of the syllable. Consonant changes with prenasalization. When consonants are prenasalized, their pronunciation and spelling may change. Murmur no longer shifts to the following vowel. Fricatives become affricates, and if voiceless, become ejectives as well, at least with some speakers. Mf is pronounced, e plus or minus pi fe 1/4. Ndl is pronounced, nde registered trademark. N plus hl becomes ntl, nte 1/4. N plus z becomes ndz, ndz, etc. The orthographic B in MB is a voiced plosive, MB. When voiceless clicks E, X, Q are prenasalized, a silent letter K is added a NKC, NKX, NKQ so as to prevent confusion with the nasal clicks NC, NX, NQ. Anthem, NKOSI isiXhosa Africa is part of the national anthem of South Africa, national anthem of Tanzania and Zambia, and the former anthem of Zimbabwe and Namibia. It is a Methodist hymn written in Xhosa by Enoch Sontonga in 1897. The original stanza was, NKOSI, isiXhosa Africa. Malafikani's Yafondo Lo. Eniswadamitandazo yefu, nkos isiKhoʞa, Thina lusafo lo. Lord, bless Africa. May her horn rise high up. Hear thou our prayers, Lord, bless us, your family. Additional stanzas were written later by Sontonga and other writers, with the original verse translated into Zulu, Sotho and Afrikaans, as well as English. See also Xhosa calendar, Henry Herdugnor, the first translator of the scriptures into Xhosa, Ukamani Kalitcha, a 2005 Xhosa film adaptation of Bize's Carmen, UCLA Language Materials Project, an online project for teaching languages, including Xhosa. References. External links, Xhosa Language Profile, Pan-African L10N page on Xhosa, Len Xhosa, Xhosa Basic Lexicon at the Global Lexical Statistical Database.